Hello guys, welcome to another video, and this time we are in Silverstone with our genius of the week, Mr. Gertis, going up against this Mustang here on the right hand side as they go through Bale Chicane. The Mustang did overshot the corner. Nonetheless, as we go through Hamilton Straight, the Mustang bumped Mr. Gertis off the racetrack. Mr. Gertis felt the need to retaliate, punted him also out of the racetrack, but at the expense of that, he also met the barrier on the right hand side. But before the final outcome, let's see one of the POVs of one of the oncoming drivers and give you a pop quiz. So did A, sit behind the Maka, or B, shoot the gap on the right? Your answer is B, you win nothing. So another view of this magnificent crash here. He had good intentions, to be fair, but he should have held his brakes, in my opinion, because there's a lot of traffic coming towards him, and the best thing to do is to be predictive. But let's move on from that. Let's look at this very amazing fight between Pragerwood, the desperate boy, and Rogodzinski, who I deem to be a much talented, more skillful driver than Pragerwood. As we go through Maggots and Beckett's now. So he's defending quite hard, but a bit over the line. So that looks accidental, but once we dig deeper on that particular incident, you will see that it's not really accidental. So in a slow-mo version, naturally you will wash out to the right, but this guy was conscious that Rogodzinski is taking him down the inside, so he veered to the left to prevent him from doing that. So in my opinion, that's just dirty defending. Another view through Maggots and Beckett's here. He is being hounded, he's being pressurized here. He's being pressurized by Rogodzinski, and as he goes down the inside, he jolted his steering wheel to the left and didn't provide any room for Rogodzinski. And he met the barrier, as you can see in the rearview mirror. That's not really defending, that's more of like, being desperate to win. However, let's move forward now to our second challenger, Mr. Perez, who is again pressurizing Mr. Fagerwood, going through his toe. Tries to go around, brave it around the outside, but Mr. Fagerwood was having none of it, and he wasn't able to rejoin because Fagerwood wasn't letting him. Went out of shape momentarily, but still managed to keep it within the gray stuff at the end of the day. And needless to say, Mr. Pragerwood is hanging on for dear life against these quicker drivers as they go door banging through Maggots and Beckett's. Perez is still really behind his back, but here's the kicker here. Rogodzinski is back in the picture. He is in revenge mode against Mr. Pragerwood, going to Hanger Straight. He killed Perez. Perez became the collateral damage of that revenge punt, of that revenge side swipe rather. Unfortunately, going through his toe, Rogodzinski wasn't able to fulfill his mission. Just a few pixels away from unaliving Mr. Pragerwood. So at the end of the day, Mr. Pragerwood did win the race, but at what expense? But anyways, let's move on to our last clip. Probably the most expensive, one of the most expensive crashes I've ever seen. Fortunately, this is just make-believe racing, so not much serious money was wasted. So looking at Lewis Hamilton's POV, and that's not a joke guys, his name is really Lewis Hamilton. So he got collected by Mr. J. Reid in the Lambo. J. Reid zooming in out of nowhere collecting Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton reversing into the racetrack, trying to at least get on the grass, get beside the track. Unfortunately, double jeopardy, still got hit even though he's already beside the racetrack. And another view of this crash here, just yeah, reminds me of that Macau crash several years back, but yeah, I think that's much more worse. Now in Jay Reed's POV, this is Jay Reed now. Let's slow it down. So he turned into Mr. Lewis Hamilton because he's trying to evade the car in front of him. To cap it off, let's look at the catalyst and all of this. So it's Mr. Sabotage. So even before we went to the straight, he was already causing mayhem. He pointed that guy up a scary, went onto the grass left hand side, didn't control the car, and that led to multiple cars banging into each other. Tries to get out of the way, but that was already too late because the damage has already been done. Again, 2-3 people going off the gravel trap in Ascari as he goes through the left hand side, loses control, crash into multiple guys, and that's the end of the video, guys. Sabotage, I hope you see this video.